When I purchased a house in this quiet, tree-shaded suburb just outside the capital city, I envisioned a peaceful life. Late-night streets, Saturday morning jogs, and Sunday strolls with my golden retriever, Rufus. What I did not envision was a hyperactive HOA president, determined to turn our small community into his own private fiefdom, with taxes of his own design. Professionally, I'm the state treasurer. I deal with billions of public dollars, craft state-level economic policy, and have more finance and public administration degrees than I typically avow. But at home, I'm a simpleton. I'd rather talk grilling than the budget. That's when Doug entered the scene, our freshly elected HOA president. He came in swinging, full of the kind of zeal you'd expect from someone running for small-town mayor or auditioning for a reality show. His mission? Operation Order. His first moves were textbook authoritarian, rewriting noise ordinances, rehashing hedge pruning rules, and then his pièce de résistance, a pet ownership tax. He introduced it at the monthly HOA meeting, clipboard in hand, voice dripping with performative concern. To make our neighborhood better, Doug began, and to cover up for damage caused by animals, I would have a little tax of $75 a year on each animal: dogs, cats, bunnies, anything with a tail that you keep in your house. The room chuckled. Doug did not. He went on, "It's not punishment. It's civic responsibility. Pets bark, dig, and shed. The money will go towards maintaining common grounds, fence repair, and possibly even pay for a pet waste station." A hand went up, and the question was, has legal counsel viewed this? Doug waved it off with a nonchalant air. "We're a private association. We govern ourselves." This was when I put my hand up, respectfully, politely, but straight out. "Doug," I said to him, "you're proposing a pet ownership tax for targets. There is no basis for this in our bylaws, or for any implication of approval by the community." Doug scowled at his notes, and then at me, his face red with anger. "And you are?" I smiled. "The state treasurer." There was a pause followed by muffled laughter. Doug flushed. After that meeting, I sent a formal memo to the board and Doug with 3 key concerns. Illegality. HOA bylaws do not authorize new taxes unless through a full member vote, ratified by council. Discrimination. Singling out pet owners could be selective enforcement, raising questions of law. Logistical flaws. There was no system for monitoring, verifying, or fairly enforcing the tax. I even went so far as to send in a letter from the state auditor's office, explaining how the planned fee would never hold up in court, and potentially leave the HOA vulnerable to lawsuits. Doug wasn't intimidated. He plowed ahead. He designed pet registration forms, sent out notices of the establishment of a pet identification task force, and posted warnings around the neighborhood announcing unregistered pets. So I did a subdued phone call to the Department of Housing Oversight. 7 days later, a compliance officer showed up. After he had a look at the documents, Doug was told to rescind the pet tax immediately and remove all the materials tied to it. The board scheduled an emergency meeting. After a cringe-worthy vote, Doug was officially ousted for acting beyond his authority. I wasn't seeking drama. I simply didn't need to take my dog for a walk with a permit. Now I and Rufus host a monthly pet parade at the community park. The neighbors bring their pets, we hand out dog treats and lemonade, and everyone enjoys a sunny, hassle-free afternoon of laughter and wagging tails. no tax levied. Doug hasn't arrived yet, but he's welcome too.